And Ken Hinkley is out of contract at the end of the year. And as you mentioned, Craig, David Koch is stepping down from his long-time TV role, but no intention, it seems, of stepping down from his role at Port Adelaide. He has made them a better club, as has Ken Hinkley. They're all determined that nothing will happen until August. There is no doubt that people in Queensland are talking very strongly about Ken's connection with the Gold Coast, but there are also, as the weeks go on, more and more people around Ken and people in Adelaide saying to him, you've got to stay. You would be mad not to stay and continue with this midfield.
Is it going to be his call, though? Of course he would love to stay.
Well, it's never the coach's call if you get a new contract, but Kane...
What people are you talking, though, Caro? Because it could be supporters, it doesn't really matter unless it's the CEO and the...
If it was supporters, I wouldn't be mentioning it.
So what? But aren't the people who said
Ken
wait till
Hinkley
August?
mentors who understand footy and are trusted people in footy and who may not all of them who'll be making the decision, are saying to him, why would you go to the Gold Coast? And, you know, let's face it, Damien Hardwick...
But he doesn't have a contract from Port. You're saying they're encouraging
You don't think they'll give him a contract, do you, Port?
I do.
You don't think he's going to...
No, he thinks Josh Carr's got the job, and I'm telling you, I don't believe that. I think Kent's going to get a new contract offer.
I would be more than comfortable for him to stay there, but I think the way that it has been set up, I feel like
Kane,
that's the way
they're going to finish top four.
Well, Caro, give him a contract then.
They've said they're not going to do anything till August. I support that decision.
Things change all the time.
If somebody comes in now and offers him a job elsewhere, that's not going to happen. I don't know why you're all so impatient in footy. I think this is a sign of a mature footy club. They've said, we're going to discuss it in August. Hasn't been bad for the club so far, has it? It's been bloody good for them so far.
I agree with you.
They'll win. They'll probably beat Hawthorn this week without
Is it mature or now stubborn?
No, it's mature.
You've had Dew going, though, all season, so are they being impatient?
Gold Coast?
Yeah, Gold Coast.
I still don't believe Stuart Dew is safe. No. Have we had a listen to Ken Hinkley yet? We have, haven't we?
We were going to a few minutes ago, but we will now. Here's Ken Hinkley.
As a footy club, we've been really strong right from the start of the year, and I think that's one thing we did. We set up what our expectations was as a football club around my position. It's bigger than me, and I think that's what's really important. Footy never makes you feel comfortable. It does create pressure, and it's not. I'll be honest, it's not always easy to sleep. That's what life does.
So the pressure builds. 2 quick questions out of this game. We'll move on.
Not much pressure with 4 days in a row.
4 goals and 30.
And you've got Hawthorn without their captain next week. Where's the
You
pressure?
keep laughing because there is pressure there. Like, it's not a straightforward...
Well, he's talking about the coach's job. He's part of the coach's campaign.
About to mention, we might move on. 4 goals and 30 touches on to Taranto. To your credit, you gave him 3 votes on Essien on the weekend. To your credit, so is he starting to come around to the way you want him to play?
Oh, I thought he was terrific. Yeah, so that's the first point. And his ability to push forward and hurt in the front half of the ground. He's always going to get big numbers. He's always going to get a lot of clearances, a lot of tackles. It's what he does with the footy. And yesterday was maximum damage, and I was thrilled for him.
And the interim coach, Jungle Drums, beat quick, don't they, in footy? What's your thoughts on this?
Well, I heard Trent Cotchin say how good he is, and I'm sure he is. But I just think that sometimes the fresh voice from the outside is probably what a club needs. It's a long 10 weeks for Andrew McQualter. He may win 6 or 7 and put himself in the frame, and he may get a job, but I think it should be potentially somewhere else, because a fresh voice from the outside for those players who have been there a long time is probably what they need. Big
win for the Suns. They got within 2 of the Dogs. Huge pressure on Dew. Jungle Drums beating. He was sticking up for his own role during the week and again after the game.
I'll know first. If I don't have the confidence of the players, I think I'll know before anyone. And I guess that's why I just spoke the truth the other day, that I feel that I'm growing with this group as much as they're growing with us and the club. So that connection's pretty strong, and I feel like we have made a commitment to get where we want to go. And
now, there is a coach who is genuinely under pressure. Backtrack to April, early May last year. Alistair Clarkson, I don't care what anyone says, he was going to the Gold Coast. Money had been sorted. There was even an AFL stipend involved, ambassadorial money. It was very, very close to a done deal. And then, of course, Stewie Dew started winning, and the players who've never dropped off him, it must be said, the players really support Stewie Dew. They started winning for him, and I think it was mid-June, late June, the board chose to give him 1 more contract in the acknowledgement they'd never really given him the support he needed.
What's a pass mark for him?
Then the AFL, as the losses began again, the AFL said to Brad Scott, will you go up to the Gold Coast and actually oversee the coaching department, footy department, and help him out a bit? So this is a guy, and Brad Scott said no, because that would have put too much pressure on Stuart Dew. A pass mark now is that he needs to make finals, but I think even then, look, as I sit here tonight, I believe that Damien Hardwick will be coaching the Gold Coast.
Finals, it will be hard to make a move if he gets there, and they're 5 and 6